So last night, some great news came out with regards to TikTok. And in my opinion, TikTok is easily the most corrosive, destructive. It is the worst social media. If you use one of them, make sure it's not TikTok. I do not like TikTok. I'm not a fan of it. I've never had it downloaded on my phone. I just don't like it. I think the idea of 6-second videos, 10-second videos, these short little blip videos, less than 60 seconds, I think they're too short. I think that content, real ideas take more than 60 seconds to properly formulate. I can only say a certain number of things within 60 seconds. I can't formulate my entire worldview within 60 seconds, which means that videos on TikTok for the most part are just complete garbage. I've actually posted a few videos on TikTok, and I did it more as a test. My brother had talked about it with me, and I was like, well, I might as well try it. And I didn't like it. I'm just not a fan of TikTok. I just don't like the platform at all. I don't like what it has to offer. I think that there are bad social media platforms. Parts of Reddit are really bad. Twitter, for the most part, is bad. I think Facebook, for the most part, is bad. There are positives within these platforms. I'm not going to sit here and say that like every single thing on Twitter is bad, every single thing on Facebook is bad, every single thing on Reddit is bad. And the one that I seem to think is the least bad is YouTube. Maybe I'm biased because I post videos on there, but I really believe that TikTok is just the worst social media platform in existence. I hate it. If you have it, delete it. It has nothing to do with the reasons that the United States government is going to ban it on government smartphones, hopefully within the entire country soon. It has nothing to do with those reasons. Just from a basic fundamental level, I don't like TikTok. I never have. I don't like the idea of short form content that just gets you to scroll and scroll and scroll for hours and hours and hours, because for kids, teenagers, the people who probably shouldn't be having cell phones, the ones that have cell phones, they use TikTok and they will spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on it in a day. I personally know a couple people in my life who spend multiple hours on TikTok in a day. TikTok is not the type of app that you can do passively either. You have to continuously be watching and scrolling. YouTube, if you watch a 20-minute video, even this video, these videos are normally 5 to 15 minutes long, you can turn it on in the background. I imagine a lot of people watch these videos more so as a podcast. Some of my videos they actually are intent on listening, but these videos I expect people to be able to listen to while they do something else. And I think that that's a remarkable thing about YouTube. Whereas TikTok is you are paying attention the entire time. You are, for 4 hours, you will be sitting there scrolling mindlessly. And I think that that is why I hate TikTok so much. There's nothing really good to come from TikTok other than the few videos that I've posted, but obviously I'm biased. So from an article here, there's a $1.7 trillion spending bill, which is just so much money. $1.7 trillion is so much money. That's 1,700 billions of dollars, which is insane. Some people don't have $1,700, let alone 1,700 billions of dollars. But either way, they introduced a spending bill to avert a federal government shutdown, unveiled early Tuesday. It includes a ban on the use of TikTok on federal government devices in what would be the most significant restriction on the app to date. Basically, it mentions the ByteDance company. It's a Chinese parent company. It's been the subject of increased scrutiny as TikTok's popularity and usage has soared nationwide. Now, if it were up to me, I said this in my last video and I'll stand by it, I wish the government would just ban TikTok outright so nobody could download it in the United States, and potentially, if they could, the entire world. I think that TikTok is the worst social media platform. I think that there's nothing good that comes from it, and if you try to justify a good thing that comes from it, in my opinion, I think you're just trying to justify it to yourself. Maybe there are 1 or 2 good things to come from TikTok. I will give you that, but the vast majority of it is negative, and I think that it's a complete waste of time. So what does it mean for the average person? The reality is nothing. Nothing's really going to change. This is just for people that work in the federal government, which is a vanishingly small amount of people. That's not huge swaths of the country, but I think that this is potentially a big step towards states banning TikTok within their borders, and maybe in the federal government banning TikTok within the entire country. Now, if it were up to me, I would ban all social media usage, especially for people under the age of 25. And that's what I would do. And I probably sound crazy, but I don't like social media. That's not a surprise. You guys have watched the videos. This is nothing new. I think that social media has led to a lot of unhappiness within the country, depression, suicide. Unfortunately, these numbers have gone up an incredible amount ever since smartphones have been popularized. And with the popularization of smartphones has been the access to the internet. And with the access to the internet has come a lot of amazing things. It's a frustrating argument that I have to make about banning social media. Like, is that the best option? Probably not. I think that there's a way to work within it so it's more of a positive than it is a negative. But the reality is humans are stupid. We're all just dumb creatures, and we use these phones and we abuse these phones, and we don't use them in a way that they should be used. The amount of information available to you is if you were to tell somebody even just 200 years ago how much information you can have at your fingertips, they would probably burn you at the stake and call you a witch, because it is just remarkable how much data you have access to. The Library of Alexandria was the biggest collection, the largest collection of books and knowledge on the entire planet. And more information gets uploaded to the internet within seconds than was in the entirety of the Library of Alexandria. Now, to be fair, the information uploaded in those seconds is probably nowhere near as valuable as the information that was lost when the Library of Alexandria was burned. But still, just the sheer amount of information available is remarkable. I love the internet, and I really do. And I know that sometimes in these videos it can come across that I hate it, but I really do love the internet. I love how it democratized data. There's no longer just a group of people that have access to it and nobody else has access to it. If you wanted to, you could learn any language online for either free or very cheap. You could learn any finance tips. You could learn anything that you are interested in. You could learn woodworking. I learned how to remodel a basement. I learned how to do electrical. I learned how to connect outlets to an electrical box. These are things that were not available 50 years ago, even 20 years ago. So obviously the internet is amazing, but the negative parts of the internet are so negative, it sometimes makes me wonder if the invention of the internet was a net positive or a net negative because of how it's been used. So TikTok being banned is an interesting step. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. Assuming this bill gets passed, I think it's a very interesting first step to see what the rest of the United States is going to do with regards to TikTok and other social media platforms. I imagine that the social media platforms that are located within the United States are going to be fine. There's not going to be any bans on those ever or anytime soon. This one is obviously very politically charged. Suffice to say, if you are accessing the internet, I would really implore you to, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and that I make the best content ever, but to try and find content similar to mine. Not that I'm the best. I'm not going to say I'm the best or even that I'm good, but I think that this content is more valuable, certainly, than some girl shaking her butt for 10 seconds on a TikTok video. I think that this content is going to challenge you, hopefully open your mind up to different thoughts and ideas that you weren't already thinking, or potentially thoughts and ideas that you have thought, but maybe these can help you get more solidified in your opinions and your ideas and everything. I hope that you have started to take steps to reduce your screen time on your phone. I'm going to preach in every video, but delete every social media, everything you can, because yeah, it's nice that the government is coming in and potentially banning these things, but it's up to you. You can't just wait for the government to save the day. If you want to make a change within your own life, nobody's going to do it for you. You have to be willing to do it yourself. And I think that is something that a lot of people need to remember. If you want to make a change or you want to help somebody else make a change, they have to at least be open to it first before they're going to make the change. And same thing with you. If you want to make a change, you have to be open to it. If you want to lose weight, I know that all too well. You have to be open to the idea of weight loss, and you have to be open to the idea that you aren't where you want to be yet. And hopefully in the future you can get there. So thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you taking the time. Now remember, delete all your social media apps off your phone, or at least try to reduce your screen time a little bit. Maybe play a board game this weekend. I know Christmas is coming up, so try to play a board game, spend some time with your family. When you're spending time with family, don't be on your phone the whole time. Try to actually engage with your family. And I think that with most families, that'll be a good thing. I know some families can be a pain in the butt, but either way, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you again for sticking around and watching this one. This has been Scott with Techno Eclipse. Peace out.